Welcome. This is part three of the messy middle. And as I've been talking about over the last 2 weeks or so, I am in the process of making some changes. And because we spend so much time as therapists talking about the stages of change, I wanted to bring to you in real ish time what that looks like and what it really looks like, not a cleaned up version where somebody's going to say at the end, oh, well, I went through these changes and stages and this is how it all looked. You're really getting in pretty real time what it looks like to be making a decision and making changes. So I hope you're enjoying the ride so far. I know that I've been really thinking about not only how I want to share this with you, but what it really looks like. So you may have heard me talk about how I'm going to be making these changes. I'm not sure what they're going to look like, and some of the factors that have gone into that, or the beginning parts of that, I should say, because we're still not at the end. The stages of change refer to exactly that. Prochatsky, and Di Clemente talk about how we move through not even knowing that there's a problem to not only recognizing that there's a problem, but making real change. And then they were clever folks. They went on to talk about how one sustains a change. But since I haven't sustained this change because I haven't made it yet, let's just deal with where I am now, which is almost at the end of the contemplation stage. Not quite there, but I'm pretty close. So what does that mean? It means that I've recognized that there's a change I want to make, that there's a bell ringing in my head and I'd like to make a change. I've begun to collect evidence for what might or might not work for me and what might be best for me. I've gone out there and I've figured out what the options are all the way around, kind of like looking at a diner menu and deciding what might or might not work for you. Like, okay, do I really want at this diner, do I want to have scrambled eggs or am I in the mood for a hamburger? So I've whittled out what it is that the possibilities are, and now I've narrowed it down to a couple of choices. And I want to talk to you about what goes into this next piece of this. So what goes into this next piece is deciding how those options, and I'll lay them out for you in a second, how those options match up with what I think and feel is best. You've also heard me talk about how a lot of decisions now are made based on the mandates of insurance. So if I want to make a change, there are a couple of ways I can do this. I can go into a group practice. I can either start my own group practice. I could get into a group practice. I can offer groups within my own individual practice. What else could I do? I could offer a different model. I could offer a different skill set to be taught. So those are some of the basic changes that one could foreseeably and easily do, or relatively speaking, easily do. Well, here's what I know, because I've, again, given this a lot of thought. I know that one of the best groups I've ever run, was a dinner group that I ran. And we started in about 2016, somewhere around there. And it was exactly what sounds like. We came together as a group, we made dinner together as a group, and then we sat down in this beautiful oak panel dining room and we ate together. And we laughed and we joked and we hit some really serious topics, and people shared stuff that they told me later, oh my gosh, I never thought I was going to share that. I can't believe I shared it. And at the end of our meal, we would clean up together, we would divvy up the leftovers, and we did this every month. We started off with 6 weeks back to back, and then we went to every month. My group members have told me, even now, they still talk about it, that it was one of the best experiences they ever had. As a therapist, it was one of the best experiences I ever had. The extended amount of time together, the willingness for them and for me to drop some of our defenses and be much more authentic and much more real, that was part of what made it so magical. They joked, they laughed, they razzed me, and that was all fine and that was great. There were difficult moments, but we did difficult work. But the period of time that we were together allowed for that to happen, so that when we came to the end of our time that evening, it felt rounded and complete. It didn't feel like, oops, gotta go, my time is up, gotta go, we gotta go. It felt rounded and complete. So I'm putting that together with the fact that I want to make changes within my own practice and how that's all going to look. This is beginning to point me in a new direction. As soon as I've worked out those kinks and really solidified that, I'll share that with you, of course. Again, I wanted to let you know this is what it looks like. The messy middle is just that. It is hard to sit with the uncertainty. It would be far easier to either just stay doing what I was doing or completely pivot, throw everything aside, and do something brand new. I don't know. Go work at the Container Store again. But that's not where I'm at. I want to do something that speaks to me, and I want to do something that I believe will be of great value to those people who choose to work with me. So, working out the kinks. As soon as I figured more of them out, I will share them with you. In the meantime, I hope you guys are having a great one. I am Lisa Curtis, a licensed clinical social worker and a substance abuse counselor. I'll put the details in the stuff below, the comments, whatever. I'll figure that out. I'll put it below. In the meantime, I do hope you have a good one. I'll catch you soon.